We're going to turn now to our big story tonight, lead in the water. More Metro Detroit communities dealing with danger. Today, we learned elevated lead levels have been found in the drinking water in 2 more cities, Melvindale and Dearborn Heights. That's in addition to the warnings in Detroit, Highland Park, Oak Park, Birmingham, and White Lake. That list of cities seems to grow by the week. So tonight, throughout our newscasts, we're taking an in-depth look at what's causing this problem, how to keep your family safe, and the issues we could face in the weeks ahead. Our big story coverage begins with 7 Action News reporter Kim Russell live in Dearborn Heights, where people are being warned about lead. Kim?
Yes, this is a copy of the warning that is being sent out to residents to let them know that the city found lead in the water during tests at some homes. You might be wondering why we keep hearing about this happening in city after city. What I can tell you is that the amount of lead in your water has probably not changed. What has changed are our laws. More than 5 years ago, a state-appointed emergency manager in Flint decided to save money by ending a deal between the Detroit Water and Sewerage Department. Instead, they pumped in water from the Flint River without treating it properly. The corrosive water dissolved protective coatings in lead pipes, then leached lead, poisoning people. In Flint, it was a problem with the water source itself.
This is not a source problem.
Oakland County Health Officer Leanne Stafford says that's not what we're seeing now. Last year, state lawmakers passed the most strict drinking water rules in the nation, and we're seeing the result. Taking a look at the rules, lawmakers have forced cities to go through old building records and find what homes have private lead service lines.
In Birmingham, we have about 9,000 residential properties that we have to go through, and we're completing that process now.
And unlike before, Birmingham City Manager Joe Valentine says municipalities have to test for lead, not at a random house, but at multiple houses with lead service lines.
So by default, we're seeing more activated levels.
Taking a look at the numbers city by city, in Birmingham, 5 out of 32 homes tested resulted in action levels of lead. In White Lake, 3 out of 20 homes. In Dearborn Heights, 5 out of 30. In Melvindale, 9 out of 30 tested. In Oak Park, 10 out of 30. In Highland Park, 9 out of 36. And in Garden City, 8 out of 31 homes tested had action levels of lead. Under the new law, cities will have to, over the next 20 years, replace lead lead lines, which previously were the homeowner's responsibility. Most plan to do it much quicker.
So we're actually moving forward to replace the pipes in every house in the city that we can find that has lead pipes.
You're pregnant or you have very young kids, we need to assist you much sooner than that, and we will do that.
And speaking of that, communities are offering free filters to families in need below certain income levels if there are children or pregnant women in the home. Coming up on 7 Action News at 11, I rode along with a public service worker in Oak Park as he worked to identify lead pipes. We'll give you a look at how you can check your pipes in your house and try, sometimes it can be tricky, but try to identify if you have a lead pipe. Reporting live in Dearborn Heights, Kim Russell, 7 Action News.
Thank you, Kim. And we also launched a Facebook Live discussion on the lead crisis this afternoon with 2 experts who played a key role in uncovering the Flint water crisis.
Today, they discussed Michigan's effort to use better equipment that's been detecting lead more accurately.
So Michigan has taken this really bold move to be proactive, to do a better job finding that lead, and then hopefully kind of eliminating those exposures to lead as we dig up our lead lines.
She says it's a positive development in terms of protecting Michigan's children and insists there's no safe level of lead in the water.
Our coverage on the lead in the water in Metro Detroit continues at 5:30. We have Dr. Nandy showing you the drinking water standards and if they go far enough to protect your family from lead. And then at 6, the head of the EPA is in Metro Detroit. What he's pushing cities to do, plus why this problem could just be the tip of the iceberg for Metro Detroit. And we have our entire lead in the water coverage on our website, WXYZ.com.